Elk Moon's been murdered, and it's all over the news. Get down to headquarters pronto.
As word for death spreads, friends and fans of Elk Moon, one of the Southwest's most celebrated potters, are gathering here outside of her home in Santa Vera to pay their respects. Widely acknowledged as the foremost practitioner of the popular Santa Vera pottery style, Elk Moon was found dead early this morning in her studio by her husband, Jack Gordon, a professor at the university. Police are releasing few details, but it is believed the subject suffered fatal gunshot wounds. No suspects have been identified as of yet. This is Teresa Chavez for KITT Channel 6 News.
Heading back to headquarters, over.
Copy that, D-52.
I thought you'd never get here. Come on in. One thing's for sure. Elk Moon had some friends in pretty high places. I've already heard from the governor's office, the honchos in the legislature, and the regional director of the FBI. Everybody wants answers. I told them I got my best people working on the case. Just don't make a liar out of me, huh? Now, there's not a lot I can tell you here. The victim was found in her studio by her husband at approximately 5 a.m. Bullet in her brain. And they both went to the public hearing on the casino project last night. When they got home, she went straight to her studio to work. Detective Nice Guy, come on in.
Chief?
I'm just filling your partner in here. Anyway, it looks like some of her pots are missing. That and a bunch of cash. At least $2 grand, according to Gordon. He says his wife hated banks, and she always carried a wad with her. Now, let's get this straight. I'm giving you overall authority for this case. But since the victim is a Native American living off tribal lands, we've got to tread lightly here. So I'd like Night Sky to do most of the talking. Comprende? All right. Now, I'm also assigning a Sergeant Rebecca Orlando to do the legwork, checking alibis for you. Night Sky, tell them about that new gadget we got there, that PDA, Personal Digital what?
PDA, Chief. Personal Digital Assistant. These will keep us in touch with headquarters day or night. The lab can beep us for test results, or if the chief needs to talk to us...
All right. We got a murder case to solve here. Now, just push the help button there if you can't figure this thing out. Now, remember, I got half the state breathing down my neck. I want answers, and I want the right ones. The FBI's already making noises about jurisdiction. I can only guarantee you people 5 days to crack this before the big boys muscle in. So, use your time wisely. You don't follow the right leads, your 5 days will get eaten up with chit-chat and blind alleys. And I don't want you people hanging out with those nutcases at the Mongoose Tavern. Everybody down there thinks they're Sam Spade. Don't be standing around here. Come on, let's get going.
D-52, we're on our way to Jack Gordon's, over.
10-4.
If we could begin with your name and occupation, relationship to the victim.
Jack Gordon. I teach anthropology at the University of New Mexico. And Elk Moon's my wife.
Can you describe the events of last night?
Of course. Ann and I went to the casino hearing at 7:30. For my own part, I wasn't too keen on going. Anna's taken a fair amount of heat for moving off the Pueblo and marrying a white man. A lot of folks thought her opposition to the casino was actually backfiring, that any Indian who's had the success she's had doing her own type of non-traditional art had no right to beat the preservationist drum. I mean, she's accused of hypocrisy and much worse. I thought she was asking for it. But nothing scared Hannah. She wasn't afraid to speak her mind, and last night was certainly no different. I thought she got a good reception until after it broke up.
What happened after the meeting?
She had a run-in with Roy.
Roy?
Roy Elk Moon, her ex-husband, and if I'm not mistaken, her murderer.
What did he do exactly?
We were in the parking lot. He snuck up out of the darkness, started ranting. Said Anna had hidden assets during the settlement hearing. He'd been trying to reopen the decree ever since the divorce. I just hustled Anna into the car and we drove off. Now, by my age, I've learned better than getting a pissing match with a skunk.
What makes you think Roy killed her?
Roy was a wife beater. He put Anna in the hospital once that I know of. Broke her right arm. Andy was desperate. Roy never could let go. And for the most part, Anna ignored it. I think that made him even crazier. You know, I'd actually stop drinking. For Anna's sake. Now what's the use?
You drove home after the meeting?
We must have gotten home about 10:30. I went in the house to bed to watch TV, and I went out to work in the studio. She's been all gung-ho about this pot she's been cleaning for Astrid Ames. It's some super valuable piece that's being returned to the Pueblo. You know, for all I know, that's what they were after. Anyway, I must have fallen asleep. The next thing I know, I wake up and there's television static. It's 5 a.m. and Anna's not there. I went out to the studio. That's when I found her. Call the police.
You didn't hear anything? Gunshots?
No. Anna said I could sleep through Armageddon.
You say you watched TV when you got home.
Later, when I got in. And then the beginning of the 11 o'clock news. Last thing I remember is a truck crash, I don't know, around 25.
Is there anyone else you think might shed some light on all of this?
And I'd been working with an anti-casino group, I forget the name. It was run by this young guy named Paul Balin. They'd been spending a lot of time together the last few weeks. You could ask him. He might have an idea or two. Oh. And McCorse.
Who's McCorse?
McCorse is this guy that Anna used for the garden. She caught him snorting coke on the job and fired him. Well, he harassed us for a while. Kept calling all hours of the night, claiming we owed him money. This was 4 months back.
condolences, Mr. Gordon. We'll be in touch.
That guy really knows how to booze it up. Looks like he likes his Scotch whiskey. What do you think, partner? Think he did it?
Detective Rebecca Orlando here, reporting for duty. Hey detectives, forensics will be closing off the crime scene in 7 hours, so you better get over there, pronto. Only 5 days to solve the mystery. Good luck. Time flies in Santa Fe. There's an important lead from Carrie March. The chief requests that you proceed to her residence immediately.
Here are the results on the bullet wound. Powder burns and traces of yellow suede were found at the entry site and along the wound track. My guess is that someone was using standard suede guarding gloves to muffle the sound. From the size of the bullet, we can tell it was fired from a .357 or .38 caliber revolver at point-blank range. We checked with county records and found Karen Gordon's name on a list of revolvers registered in the area.
D-52 proceeding to Carrie March residence. Over.
10-4 D-52.
Officers, oh, I'm so glad you responded to my call. I have some information I think you'll find of interest.
Thanks, Mrs. March. But let's begin the interview officially. Your name and occupation?
Carrie March. I'm widowed.
Oh, and by the way, where were you between 10 and 2 a.m. on the night in question?
You think I could have been involved? Oh, positively wicked. I was home in bed. You'll have to check with Mildred, my cook. She always brings me salsa and homemade chips around 11. Instant heartburn. The wages of gluttony.
And what is it you think might help our investigation?
Yes, well, you see, everyone knows that Anna left Roy Elk Moon to marry Jack Gordon. That's yesterday's papers. But what isn't so well known is that Jack left his wife, too. Karen Gordon. And Karen had been a friend of Anna's. That's how she met Jack. Karen was furious.
Furious enough to seek revenge?
Well, that's something I'd rather not speculate about. Although I must say, Karen's indignation rang a little hollow. I mean, she was having an affair of her own with Ed Snyder.
The man behind the casino.
The very same. Karen and Jack had always been something of an odd couple. I mean, Karen's so outgoing and Jack is, well, he's so bookish. Frankly, if I were Jack, I would have left Karen ages ago because of the chain smoking alone. And it's those horrible clove cigarettes. Detestable things, aren't they?
Anyway, you were saying about Anna?
Well, I wonder if her real interest wasn't in that young anti-casino activist, Paul Bellin, I believe.
Is there anything else?
Well, Anna was giving Sonny Two Feathers fits, but then she wasn't the only one taking a stand against the casino.
Sonny's working with Ed Snyder, isn't that right?
Well, they both want the casino plans approved, but I'm not sure you could say they're working together. I mean, Sonny represents the Indian faction that supports the project, and Ed is, well, in it purely for the money. But the casino advocates aren't the only ones Anna rubbed the wrong way. There was Frank Delgado, for instance.
the Delgado Gallery?
He had been Anna's dealer for the longest time. Now, a lot of people give Frank the credit for Anna's skyrocketing success. Quite the savvy marketer. And then, out of the blue, Anna left him 3 months ago.
Left the gallery for another middleman?
Yeah. Given the growing demand for her work, she felt she could sell directly to collectors, but it's only half the story. Anna and Frank had a knockdown drag-out at the Mesa Cafe just 10 days ago.
You overheard the argument?
No, it was impossible not to. Frank said Anna still owed him 2 pots. He said if she stiffed him, he'd destroy her. Anna just laughed at him. Poor Frank, you should have seen his face. Last time I saw that shade of crimson was on one of Anna's pots.
His warning that he'd destroy her, was he any more explicit?
Well, he stopped short of a death threat, if that's what you mean, but I'd certainly talk to him if I were you.
If you think of anything else, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Bet she'd love to come in for a lineup, just for the thrill of it. Probably ask for the handcuffs, too. D-52, we're on our way to Paul Balin's office. Over.
Okay, D-52, copy.
Have a seat. I was hoping you'd come. This is about Anna, right?
Yes, Mr. Balin, it is.
Did you find the dirtbag who did this?
Well, we're still in the information gathering mode.
You know Ed Snyder and Sonny Two Feathers? They'd steamroll their own grandmothers if they thought this casino plan could get passed.
Are you accusing either one of them of her murder?
Well, I have no proof, but I believe they were tied up in it, yes.
Mr. Balin, exactly what was your connection to Anna Elk Moon?
Well, we shared a common goal. She didn't want to see her people's culture trashed, and I didn't want to see a pristine corner of New Mexico ruined forever. There's no water. There's no infrastructure. It's a recipe for environmental disaster.
So that's it? You were political bedfellows?
I guess you could say that.
I assume you were also at the public hearing. What happened afterward?
Well, we'd arranged to go over some strategy for the upcoming vote. We agreed that I'd come over to the studio late. But when I arrived, I realized that there was someone else there.
So someone visited her after the meeting?
Yeah. There was a green Econoline van parked outside. So, I realized that our meeting could wait for a better time.
What time was that?
12:10, 12:15, sometime around then.
Do you remember any numbers or letters on the license plate?
No. It was just in-state plates, that's all.
And after you drove away?
I went home. I have a roommate. She saw me come in.
Okay. Thanks for your help. We'll be in touch.
Phone records show that Anna Elk Moon placed 3 phone calls from her studio on the afternoon before the murder. One to Astrid Ames at 2:35, 1 minute. One to Von Dressner, 2:48, 3 minutes. And one to Joey Detta, 3:36, 6 minutes.
D-52 heading to Astrid Ames' residence. Over.
Copy.
I'm sorry, but Mrs. Ames can't see you now. She's quite distraught over Miss Elk Moon's death. She's resting on doctor's orders.
Then may we speak with you briefly?
Certainly. Please, sit down.
Did Miss Moon call Mrs. Ames any time on the day she was murdered?
Yesterday? Not that I'm aware of.
Where were you at the time of the murder?
Oh, Miss Carrie March, a friend of Mrs. Ames, came by for drinks at 6:30. Afterward, Mrs. Ames and I ate dinner by the fire. Then I read to her until 10:30, and she fell asleep.
You're Mrs. Ames' housekeeper?
Assistant. I have been faithfully at her side for almost 17 years.
Did you know the victim?
I didn't know her. Mrs. Ames owns several of her pots, and Miss Elk Moon was cleaning a pot for us in preparation for returning it to the Santa Vera Pueblo.
There's some indication the pot may have been a motive for the murder.
That pot has brought nothing but grief to Mrs. Ames.
Grief? In what way?
No, well, it's not for me to say, but... Well, Mrs. Ames has had a difficult time with her only living relative, a nephew, Ronald Ames. When the story came out in the newspaper about Mrs. Ames returning the pot to the Indians, he came over and exploded at his aunt. Said she had no right to give it away, and that he forbid it.
Did he have any say in the matter?
But the pot was left to Astrid. Oh, forgive me, Mrs. Ames, by her sister, Bernice. Ronald Ames' mother. She died several years ago, and the poor woman foolishly promised her son that Astrid would leave the pot to him in her will.
And did she? I mean, before she offered to return it to the Pueblo.
I don't know. But I do know that Ronald Ames is a greedy, selfish young man. He accused her of squandering his inheritance, and that's when she asked him to leave.
Any idea how much the pot is worth?
Oh, its only value to Mrs. Ames was aesthetic, but I understand it's priceless.
Did Ron Ames know the pot was being cleaned by Anna Elk Moon?
Anna cleaned and restored several pots for Mrs. Ames in the past. He could have guessed as much.
Was the pot insured?
No.
I gather it's quite a financial loss on top of everything else.
Naturally, that's why we're hoping you can recover it.
We'll call on Mrs. Ames later on. Thanks for your help.
You're more than welcome.
Now that's a pleasant woman, mean enough to shoot her own mother.
The receipt is for Anna Elk Moon's restoration services for cleaning the historic Kiva pot, which Astrid Ames was going to return to the Pueblo. I found both Elk Moon and Ames' fingerprints on the receipt, along with some clay traces from her studio. Too bad that pot is missing. A priceless artifact like that sure put some pressure on the chief to find out who did this.
I just got another call from the governor's office. He says his constituents are bombarding him. Now, I told him you two were getting very close. And you sure as hell better be.
The only fingerprints in the artist's journal that we could find are Anna Elk Moon's own. A copy of the journal can be found in the evidence files in your PDA if you want to take a closer look. The drawings in there might hold some significance.
There's been an anonymous tip that a green Econoline van was parked outside the Elk Moon residence the night of the murder. We're running a 2829 registration check on all in-state green Econoline vans in the Santa Fe area, and we'll email you the results via your PDA.
D-52 proceeding to Sunny Two Feathers on the Pueblo, over.
10-4 D-52.
Night Sky, Mr. NYPD Red. How are you? What can I do for you?
We're here about Anna Elk Moon's murder.
Yeah, that's a real shame. I heard about that this morning. She was a real hero to a lot of the young ones. I don't know what I could tell you, though, that you don't already know.
She was a pretty fierce opponent of your plans for the casino of the Ancient Ones.
Misguided, like a lot of folks. But I didn't take it personally. You don't last too long in Pueblo politics if you take it personally.
So, you weren't party to any effort to get back at her? Come on, Night Sky, you know better than that. Indians don't kill Indians. White men kill Indians. I understand she spoke out at the casino meeting and got a pretty positive reaction. Who'd you talk to? Her sidekick? That Belen boy? I tell you, I heard as many hisses as I did cheers. The irony is, Anna probably helped us more than she hurt us. She's not exactly Miss Popularity out here, not since she took a hard line on expanding the Indian market. You're saying to me you're glad she came out against the casino? Well, a lot of folks think Anna wanted to have her cake and to eat it too. The folks around here know that the casino means a steady income, a chance to educate the kids. Anna's already made her bundle. It's easy to talk about slowing progress when you tool around town in a Mercedes.
What about the Santa Vera market?
Half the Indian population in Santa Vera makes its livelihood from the Indian market, directly or indirectly. If you get excluded from that, you might as well move out of town. But you know me, Night Sky. I'm not about to point my finger at any brother.
Like Raymond Wolfwalker, for instance?
You said it. I didn't.
What's your connection to Ed Snyder?
Ed's the man that's going to bring prosperity to the Pueblo.
I understand there have been some tensions between the two of you lately?
Well, Ed's a businessman, looking out for his own interests. There's nothing wrong with that. But I've got responsibilities to my own people, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Where were you on the night of the murder between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m.?
Well, we were in meetings after the public hearing until about 11. And then me and a couple of the boys went over to the Bristlecombe bar to have some drinks and stayed till about midnight. That's it. I got home about 1 a.m.
Thanks for your time, Two Feathers.
Much obliged. Say, we could still use your support for the casino, if you'd like to volunteer sometime.
D-52 proceeding to Ronald Ames' residence, over.
Okay, 10-4 D-52.
Your name and occupation?
Ron Ames. I'm a carpenter here in Santa Fe.
You working now?
I'm finishing up an addition on Frank Delgado's house on Portrero.
Did you know she was cleaning a pot from your aunt's collection?
I don't get it. Is that somehow connected to the murder?
Let me ask you this, Mr. Ames. We understand you quarreled with your aunt over her wanting to return that pot to the Santa Vera Pueblo Indians.
Who told you that? No doubt the ever-vigilant dragon lady. I got along great with my aunt until Inga decided that she didn't like me. For the past 3 years, she's done everything in her power to poison Astrid against me. You ask me, she's just hanging around waiting for my aunt to die. She figures she'll inherit everything.
Did you know Anna Elk Moon?
Well, I know her work. Seen her around town, but I don't know her personally.
Do you deny the argument took place?
No. No. It was a very personal thing. That pot belonged to my mother. It was the only thing of value she had when she died. Years ago, she willed it to Astrid, never believing that Astrid would outlive her. When my mother was on her deathbed, Astrid promised she would leave it to me. Unfortunately, she reneged.
Did you steal the pot?
Oh, please. And murder Anna Elk Moon to boot. Are you nuts? I mean, sure, I want what rightfully belongs to me, but I'm not going to risk a jail sentence to get it, much less kill someone.
Where were you between 10 and 2 on the night of the murder?
We were at a party at my wife's folks' house in Pecos. We stayed the night, drove home the next day. Ask him yourself.
Thanks. Appreciate the help. We'll be in touch if we have any other questions.
Anytime. Oh, say hi to my aunt if you see her. Assuming you can get past the dragon at the gate.
The cigarette butt's from a clove cigarette. There are sebaceous residues, but they're too corrupted for us to get a clean print. Sorry about that.
No, we cannot confirm an alibi for Inga Mueller. Once the cook left and Astrid Ames fell asleep, the housekeeper was on her own. Oops, I mean the assistant. Three green Ford Econolines are registered in the area, 2 here and 1 in Albuquerque, but that one's a conversion van with customized windows. Of the 2 here, 1 is registered to Tom McHorse, the other is registered to a corporation, FG Limited. FG Limited is owned by Frank Delgado.